The most popular honey? That would be the Tupelo, or the Tupelo honey. Tupelo honey is native to coastal Georgia and northern Florida. It comes from a Tupelo tree. A Tupelo tree is a swamp tree similar to a cypress. It only grows in 2 river basins and only blooms for 3 to 10 days every year. So they call it Southern Gold.
You mean the trees in the water?
Yeah, the trees themselves grow in the water, and then the bees harvest the honey from the nectar and the flowers. And talk to them. They said, can I put beehives out here? So Ted's father said, sure, you can put out the beehives if you can teach Ted how to be a beekeeper. So he really loved it. He kept bees all through middle school, high school, into college. He taught beekeeping in the Peace Corps in Jamaica and a few other places. And then came back to Savannah. When he came back here, he started collecting another resource that we have a lot around here. That's empty wine bottles. He would go to restaurants and boutiques and collect the bottles, sterilize them, and then sell his honey at farmers markets and different craft boutiques. Then 6 years ago, opened a store. As you see, it only grows in swampy areas, only 2 rivers, so it's very rare honey. They call it Southern Gold, as I said earlier, but it has one of the most unique flavors. We actually have 2 varieties of it. We have a standard variety that we have here on the shelves, and then we have another very rare honey we call the Gold Reserve. The Gold Reserve honey is the only 10-day bloom season they've had for Tupelo trees in the last 30 years. It's definitely extremely rare. It's $100 a bottle, but it is one of the best honeys you can ever have. Yeah, we do. All the honeys come from a specific bloom. We have orange blossom honey that we harvest from the orange groves in Orlando. We have a palmetto honey that we get from the palmetto trees in South Carolina. And then we go to some more regional honeys as well. We actually do import one from northern Italy, and it comes from an acacia tree. In the States, the acacia tree is known as a black locust, but it grows in much more abundance in Italy, so we actually harvest the honey there.
No, tell me what it is.
Yeah, this is the hand cream. And the thing you really need to remember about the body care, it's 100% natural. There's no chemicals in it at all. It's all honey-based and very healthy. The body care has 4 primary ingredients. There's honey, there's beeswax, there is royal jelly, and propolis. Royal jelly is what they feed the queen bee in the hive, and propolis is a natural antibacterial that's also an extract from the hive. So these products aren't only moisturizing, they're very healthy, and you can use them for any type of skin ailment that you have. They're great for insect bites, sunburns, cuts, scrapes, psoriasis, rosacea, eczema. It reduces scarring. It has all these great benefits to your health. The way it works is if you have something on your skin that's irritant, the propolis will go in there and start to heal it, being an antibacterial. The beeswax will seal it so no other contaminants can get into the ailment, and it heals very quickly. So this is it has an almond extract or a little bit of scent. But what makes this cream really great is the fact that it stays on your hands for 6 hand washings. So you can wash your hands 6 times and you still have the moisture in there. As a photographer, I'm in the darkroom a lot, and I'll put this on before I go to the darkroom, and it seals my hands so the chemicals don't seep into my skin and give me the contact dermatitis I used to have. Yeah. So what we're seeing here, these are meads, M-E-A-D, and it's the world's oldest fermented beverage. Mead actually predates beer and wine by more than 6,000 years. It also occurs completely naturally. So when the bees abandon a hive, eventually the weather will compromise its exterior and fills with rainwater, and that reacts with the natural sugars and yeast of honey, and it ferments. And it was the beverage for the Greeks, the Egyptians, the Vikings, and the gods of the
You need
rivers.
crackers.
No, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Any bottles for sale that are
No, because they're all.
It's actually wine is grape based. Mead is
So we have a relationship with Star Thistle where they use our honey.
So they
And
do
we use
drink
a
very
little
much
bit of
like
their
wine.
Star
You
Thistle honey
refrigerate them.
for our
Definitely alcoholic.
honey for
The first
cheese.
two that
And
we
this
have,
is just the bee
they're about
nectar,
14%
and he's
alcohol.
friends with them.
And these
So
final three,
with this
they're
company, he likes to help
18%.
other beekeepers as well because
Beekeepers stick together.
yeah, well you just gotta we just gotta help them.
stick like honey?
Yeah, they stick together. I like it.
You have to have kits right here that you can make your own.
Yeah, it's a small world.
And what you do is you just take
Gotta keep
water,
everybody on the
yeast, and then for this gallon jug, it's about 2.5 pounds of honey.
wildflower mead.
And to make this, you're probably about 3 weeks for it to ferment. Now to make the meats that we have here, it takes about 8 months to a year.
They say it pairs really well with seafood.
I want to know who people live in this house before.
Before, the historic Savannah, that's covered on the tour.
Yeah.
We'll be talking a little bit about that on the tour. It was a Davenport family, of course. That was rental. I don't think we have record of who lived here when it was a rental. But that was a tenement building,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
So when it was a tenement building, there were as many as 7 families that lived in this house. But I don't know who they were, if there's a record of them.
I know why the house is so important in Savannah history. So important in this house in Savannah history.
The history, it's important in the history in Savannah, and as much as it's the first house that was saved by the Historic Savannah Foundation.
Yeah.
So that's what makes Davenport House particularly important in Savannah. When it was built, it wasn't a particularly important house for any reason.
I searched the information about internet, and I know this house because this foundation to save this old house. And I know, can you introduce something about the foundation?
I'm not really sure about the foundation. It did save this house, and it saved many others. But what the focus of the foundation is a revolving loan fund. So if there's someone who wants to purchase a historic home that's not in very good repair, they might give a low-cost revolving loan to the people that are interested in purchasing the house for renovation purposes. And then the loan is paid back. Of course, a revolving loan means that the money then is available to go out for other.
I'm Andrea, and in my group I will introduce this square, Franklin Square, to you, and Molly, Sandy, and Mia is my group member. So now I will start my introduce this Franklin Square. Yeah, the Savannah city was divided in 1737. And at the first there are just 4 squares in the Savannah city, and after that the city plan have to decided to add a lot of squares in this. Franklin Square also named Water Tower Square and the Water Tank Square. So why is named also named the Water Tower and the Water Scan? Because the city of the Savannah water tank is located in the center of this square. So the people also say the water tank square or a tank square or water tower square. How long have you been in Savannah?
Just today.
Today?
Yeah.
And how long did you plan to stay?
Just for 3 days.
3 days. So you run in a marathon? No.
I'll be lucky to run a block.
Yeah, because I saw a lot of how do you think the marathon?
Like it. Very historic.
Yeah, I got it.
No, we don't live here. We're from Noble, Georgia. South of Macon, south of 11.
Oh, yeah. So you made it here?
Yeah, we was here.
How long?
Yeah, we've been here since Friday, yesterday.
Oh, yes. So you made it to a lot of famous place?
Take it up?
Famous place?
Yes.
So how do you think this square is the name Franklin Square? How do you think this statue? How do you think about it?
I think it's interesting, very interesting. I didn't know they had, I didn't know this was before American Revolution. I didn't know that.
From here. We live here.
Live here. Oh, yeah.
He's from here.
I'm from here.
I've been here.
Oh. So do you know the name of this square and the history of it?
Yes.
Can you tell something about this square and
Well, it's got the Haitian monument.
yeah. So and the history, the story.
Well, all of the squares were set up as common
and then residential. All of the squares in the city. So you had common places, which would have been your government buildings, your churches, and then on the south and the north side of each square would have been residential. And there are, I believe, 26 squares in the city.
I saw a church.
Yeah, so you see there's a church there which still remains from, that was a common or a government building, which would have been your churches. And that's how all of the squares were originally set up. And there are a few of them that are still that way, but if you look around at many of the squares, the buildings on the east and west side of the squares were common buildings or government buildings, and then north and south sides of the squares would have been the residential. And it was set up with alleys in between, so that way the brigades, the armies could meet, and that's what the square's purpose. The city of Savannah was built as a utopian.
I'm gonna introduce this one. These people here, his name is Johnny Morrison. He's a florist, and he's also a songwriter and singer. But sometimes she's performing her own project, but also sing other people's songs. And this guy is born in Savannah, and he's a composer, so people want to make this video for memory him about his life and shoes.
Look every now and then there, if that's okay. Get wet. No, it's our first time to be here. We're just in town for the weekend for the race. No, we're not. The stage, well, we knew City Market, but we didn't know that the stage was here. Oh, the studio. No. Yeah, we just came here because we were going to City Market and we stopped at water features. Yep, it's our first time. We just knew about the square and then just saw, knew about City Market and saw the square and stuff.